Whenever it's mentioned in the Torah that one person took another person, vayikach, the Maharal makes a point that it doesn't mean physically one took the other. Rather, it was done through a form of communication. Rashi always says, vayikach means bidvarim. It says it 9 times in Chumash, and each time Rashi points it out. Says the Maharal, why? Because a real kind of form of communication between people can only be through speech. Da'at to da'at. However, if you take a person physically, so you took him, you took his bones, the red cells, the white cells, but you didn't take the person himself. The essence of a person is his da'as. Consequently, whenever you look at another human being, you should always remember that you're really communicating to the da'as, to the wisdom of the person, and not his outside look. Therefore, likicha is always bidvarim. This is a yisod the Maharal says also many times, and it's a big fundamental for any kind of human relationships between people. It's a connection, relationship between dat to dat. Now let's just compare 3 lashonot of Rashi regarding this point. In Parshas Ba'al Loischa and Bamidbar Perek Al Pasuk Zayin, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu was told by Kodesh Baruch Hu to take the skenim. So it says Rashi, "V'lakachta otam kachem bedvarim. Ashrechem shenitmanetem parnasim al banav shel makom." Fortunate you are that you were appointed leaders on the children of God. That's the yichus of the Jewish people in Parshas Ba'al Loischa. The same Rashi says again in Parshas Pinchas when Yeshua was being chosen to be a leader. So also over there it says in Bamidbar Perek Zayin Pasuk Ches, "Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, kach lecha et Yoshua." Says Rashi, "Kachenu bedvarim." Take him through words. Why? Ashrecha shezachita lanhig banav shel makom. Fortunate you are to be the leader of the children of God. In Parshas Devarim, a 3rd time, it says also when Moshe Rabbeinu took the Rashi Shvatim, this was the eights of Yisro to become Dayanim, and it says Va'ekach et Rashi Shivtechem, Anashim Chachamim V'Yiduim, etc. And also over here it says Rashi Va'ekach Meshachtim Bedvarim, I persuade them through words. But look what Rashi said here. Ashrechem al mi batim litmanot. Fortunate you are, and who are you becoming appointed on? Al bnei Avram, Yitzchak, v'Yakov. Al bnei Adam shnikru achim v'reim, chelek v'nachala, v'chol lashon chiba. Meaning, when in Parshas Devarim, when Moshe is persuading the Dayanim to take their posts, he says, fortunate you are to be the leaders on the children of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, on people who are called brothers, chelek v'nachla, etc. Rashi explains many titles that the Jewish people have. He did not say banav shel makom, the children of God. And the previous 2 times, when Rashi brought out the yichus of the Jewish people by the scaning or by appointing Yeshua, it says ashrechem shenitmanetem al banav shel makom. How come by the minui of the Dayanim, Rashi does not mention banav shel makom, rather mentions other yichusim, which are also very important, but they're not called banav shel makom. Bnei Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, etc. But for sure, our biggest yichus is that we are the children of God. If it was mentioned the first 2 times, how come it's not mentioned the 3rd time by minui of the Dayanim? Maybe you could say the following. Why are we called the children of God? Is it a biological factor or something more to it? So Rashi says in Parshas Vayeschanan, on the pasuk V'shinatam levonecha, says Rashi, Elu hatalmidim, matzina b'chol makom she'atalmidim kuim banim, shenemar banim atem l'Hashem Elokechem. So this Rashi is pointing out that we are called the children of God because we are the students of God. B'chol makom matzinu she'atalmidim kuim banim, shenemar banim atem l'Hashem Elokechem. That means we are called banim because we are talmidim. When did we become the talmidim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? It's probably fair to say only from Matan Torah and on. Prior to that period, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wasn't Melamed Torah L'Am Yisrael, and consequently we weren't talmidim. So through Matan Torah, the relationship is of avot av ubanim. The Gemara says in Masechet Shabbos Daf Peites, Misha'ah shigdimun asel nishma karat lehem banim. That means the title banim is clearly linked to Matan Torah. Before Matan Torah, we're not called banim. Now, since Rashi points out in Parshas Yisro that there's an argument in Chazal if Yisro came before or after Matan Torah, consequently, the question is, when Yisro arrived, were we already Banav Shemakom or not? It depends. If he came before Matan Torah, Banav Shemakom will be premature to be called that. But if he came after Matan Torah, so then it's understood what we call Banav Shemakom. Maybe Rashi didn't want to go into the machlokes between these two opinions, and therefore he said a yichus that everybody could agree on. Bnei Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, etc. He's not going to say Banav Shemakom like he said the previous two times, because since over here we're dealing with the Eitzah of Yisrael, and the argument is when did he come? Therefore Rashi had to say something which is Shav L'chol Nefesh that everybody would agree on, and that is Bnei Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, not Banav Shemakom. The previous two times that we mentioned are at the end of the 40 years, so therefore Rashi over there does say Banav Shemakom. This would seem a great answer. Unfortunately, though, it's not true. Because Rashi says in Parshas Yisro that even if you say that Yisro came before Matan Torah, but the Eitzah to have Dayanim was definitely after Matan Torah. In fact, I can tell you exactly what date it was. It was Yud Aleph Tishrei, 4.5 months after Matan Torah. Why should we need Dayanim before Matan Torah? So obviously, it happened after Matan Torah. We were Banav Shemakom, even if Yisro originally arrived before Matan Torah. So we're back to question number one. Why did Rashi say Banav Shemakom if we were called Banav Shemakom? Maybe in short you could say then a different svara. The reason why Rashi did not want to say Banav Shemakom is because Moshe Rabbeinu was a psychologist, so to speak. Dayanim are afraid to be appointed Dayanim. Why are they afraid? The reason is, like the Gemara says in Masechet Sanhedrin, because HaMishpat Le'Elokim Hu. It's a godly job to be a judge. To judge people is the tafkid of Shofet Kol Haaretz. Probably a Dayan would be afraid to become a Dayan because HaMishpat Le'Elokim. Would it make him feel any better if he would know also that the Jewish people are going to be judged by him are called Banav Shemakom? That would probably even scare him more. HaMishpat Le'Elokim. Banav Shemakom. So let's get out of here. So therefore Rashi put in the words of Moshe Rabbeinu that he came up with a persuasion that would calm down their fears. Bnei Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, they're nice people, they're Baalei Midas. Don't worry, it won't be so difficult. But to say over here, Banav Shemakom, will be counterproductive. Therefore, he didn't say it. However, in the previous two times, that is the title that would persuade the Skenim and Yeshua to take upon their posts.